We are in the thick of the theater award season here in New York City. It begins at the beginning of April and goes to the beginning of June. All of the major awards, except the Tonys, have announced their nominations. We will get the Tony nominations in a matter of days. But first, I want to talk about some of the major New York theater awards that have already announced their nominations and whose ceremonies will be coming up very soon to announce their winners. We've got the Drama Desk, the Drama League, the Outer Critics, and the Lucille Lortel. And I want to talk a little bit about each one of those and why they're important. So first, let's start with Drama Desk. The Drama Desk is known as the Golden Globes of theaters. It is the only major award where Broadway and Off-Broadway compete in the same categories. The Drama Desk has a small committee of theater critics of about 7 people who choose the nominees. Then they have a membership of about 100 to 130 writers and editors and photographers working in theater who vote on the winners. Next, we have the Drama League. The Drama League is unique because it has the largest voting base. It is a community-based organization that if you pay the membership fee, which is about $150 a year, you can vote. They're also unusual in that they don't have your typical best actor, best featured actor. They have a distinguished performance award, which can only be won once in a lifetime. They only award one, but then they have like 50 or 60 nominees. So I don't know how many are in the nominating committee, but there are 9 in the steering committee that then chooses the nominating committee. And then once the nominations are selected, they're voted on the entire membership, which is about 400 to 500 people. And that includes industry professionals, artists, critics, and just people who love theater, theater goers. The Outer Critics Awards are special because they provide an outsider perspective, and they're voted by non-NYC-based critics. They have a board of directors that are the nominating committee that consists of 9 theater journalists, and their membership who vote on who wins the award is approximately 85 to 100 critics who write for out-of-town, national, or digital publications. And then finally, we have the Lucille Lortel, which is kind of the most insular, and they only cover Off-Broadway. Their committee consists of 16 to 22 members. They are the nominating committee, and they are also the ones who decide who the winners are. So it is the smallest group of people who pick the Lucille Lortel Awards, and they use a weighted ballot system. So I calculated all of the nominations for each given show to see which shows had the most nominations across those 4 awards. Now, we can add the Tonys in once they're announced. But I found it interesting just to see who's in the lead here. It's important to note that some of the shows that are currently on Broadway and Off-Broadway aren't considered for these awards because they had prior runs. Speaking for the Drama Desk, to determine the eligibility of shows from prior seasons, the committee considered only elements that constituted new work. So the productions affected by this eligibility rule include Cats the Jellicle Ball, Eurydice, Exorcist, The Rock Musical, Heathers the Musical, Liberation, Marjorie Prime, Oratory of Living Things, The Whole of Time, Titanic, and You Got Older. And productions deemed not eligible either because they were considered in their entirety in previous seasons or because they did not invite consideration include All Out, Beetlejuice, Creditors, Father Anonymous, Mamma Mia, Pen Pals, Sexual Misconduct of the Middle Classes, Slam Frank, What Happened Was, and What We Did Before Our Moth Days. I decided to leave off the Lucille Lortel nominations because it's only for Off-Broadway shows, and it honestly wasn't affecting the numbers too much. It was just giving a couple of Off-Broadway shows a little bit of a boost that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So this is based on the Drama Desk, the Drama League, and the Outer Critic nominations. And I'm going to tell you in order the shows that got the most nominations across these 3 awards. So at number 1, with 30 nominations, we have Mexodus. This opened Off-Broadway, kept extending at the Minetta Lane Theater, and left, and then it came back. And they got 10 Drama Desk, 4 Drama League, and 16 Outer Critic nominations. In second place, we have The Lost Boys, playing on Broadway, which just opened a few weeks ago. The Lost Boys got 5 Drama Desk, 4 Drama League, and 15 Outer Critic nominations. Next, we have the revival of Ragtime, with 8 Drama Desk, 6 Drama League, and 6 Outer Critic nominations. Next, we have a tie. We have Death of a Salesman and Beau the Musical. Death of a Salesman got 6 Drama Desk, 5 Drama Leagues, and 6 Outer Critics. Beau the Musical got 10 Drama Desk, 1 Drama League, and 6 Outer Critics. And this is a good example of how the Drama Desk, which has a very small nominating committee, one person who really loves a show can often sway that because it's a committee that discusses who gets nominated. So if you really love a show, you can push for it. And I think that's what happened in the case of Beau the Musical, which is a great show. But I think it really spoke to someone, considering it only got 1 Drama League nomination. With 14 nominations is Schmigadoon, 4 Drama Desk, 2 Drama League, and 8 Outer Critics. Next we have a tie, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee and the Rocky Horror Show. Spelling Bee Off-Broadway with 4 Drama Desk, 4 Drama League, and 4 Outer Critics, 444. And the Rocky Horror Show on Broadway, 6 Drama Desk, 4 Drama League, and 2 Outer Critics. Next, we have Two Strangers Carry a Cake Across New York with 3 Drama Desk, 2 Drama League, and 6 Outer Critics Award, giving them 11 total. The next 5 shows all have 10 nominations. We've got Becky Shaw on Broadway, The Baker's Wife, which played off-Broadway, it's now closed. The Brothers' Size was off-Broadway, also closed. Goddess, off-Broadway, also closed. And The Ballisters, which is currently on Broadway. I won't give you a breakdown of all of those, but it is interesting to notice that Baker's Wife got 7 Drama Desk, and Ballisters got 8 Drama Desk. So they got a lot of love from the Drama Desk, which is that smaller committee. All right, in the next place with 8 award nominations each, we have another 5 shows. We have Caroline, which played off-Broadway at MCC. We have Cold War Choir Practice, which also played at MCC, I believe. We have Oedipus, which played on Broadway, The Monsters, which played off-Broadway, and Saturday Church, which played at the New York Theater Workshop off-Broadway. So all of those shows are now closed. Next, we have 7 nominations. We got Joe Turner's Come and Gone with 2 Drama Desk, 2 Drama League, and 3 Outer Critics, and Oratory for Living Things, which with 0 Drama Desk, 2 Drama League, and 5 Outer Critics. Next, we have with 6 nominations each, we have Chess with 2 Drama Desk, 2 Drama League, and 2 Outer Critics, and Prince F-Word with 3 Drama Desk, 3 Drama League, and 0 Outer Critics, which is telling, right? The New Yorkers loved that show, but the Outer Critics were like, I don't know. And then finally, with 5 nominations, we've got The Reservoir, which was off-Broadway, 2 Drama Desk, 1 Drama League, and 2 Outer Critics. Of course, there's more shows that got 4, 3, 2, 1 nominations, but that would be a huge list, and so I don't really want to go into those. So I did do a list where I included the Lucille Lortel, and the main effect it had is that it boosted Prince F-Word and Cold War Choir up quite a bit because Cold War Choir Practice got 6 Lucille Lortels and Prince F got 8 Lucille Lortel nominations. But other than that, Lucille Lortel didn't really affect the other shows. They did give Mexodus 9 nominations, giving them a total of 39, but Mexodus was already at the top of the pack to begin with. All right, so what are my takeaways from this? What are your takeaways? I mean, it just seems like Mexodus is killing it. It's a 2-person show. I really loved it. It's so unusual. It uses live looping in these songs, and it tells a fascinating story about how many enslaved people actually went south of the border into Mexico to escape slavery, as opposed to the story with the Underground Railroad we normally hear, who all went north. It's a fascinating musical. I loved it, and I love that it's getting so much attention. It's really fascinating. I'm surprised that The Lost Boys is getting as much love as it is. I mean, I really enjoyed the show, but to me, a lot of it was uneven, I felt, with the score and the book. But the technical aspects are amazing, and the performances are amazing. It might also really be benefiting from coming late in the season. And I think Mexodus is also benefiting because they returned. I think they might currently be open. I hope they are, because they can sell a lot of tickets now. And Ragtime, not a surprise. The great production of that. Death of a Salesman, not a surprise. Beau the Musical is a surprise to me. But again, I think someone at the Drama Desk really loved that show. And I loved the show as well. Everything was good about it. The actors are playing the instruments live, and they're great. The acting was great. The songwriting was strong. The direction was incredible. The set design was incredible. My main beef was it's a coming out story. And I've just heard a lot of coming out stories. And this one didn't really strike me as being that special. What makes this show special is just that it's done so freaking well. And that we've got the novelty of actors playing their own instruments. Schmigadoon, glad it's getting some love. 25th Annual County Spelling Bee. It's still playing. I need to go see it. I was unable to get press tickets, and so I was a little bitter boots about it, but I know I need to go see it. Rocky Horror did surprisingly well with the most nominations from Drama Desk again, so someone must have really liked the show at the Drama Desk. Two Strangers next. Becky Shaw, which I liked but didn't love, got a lot of love. Baker's Wife, surprising that they got so much love. But again, 7 Drama Desk, 0 Drama League. It's a little uneven. Brothers Size, I'm so sad I missed this. I got an email with press tickets, but then I answered too late. So that's when I'm like, oh. Goddess, I missed, tried to get press tickets, couldn't get them. The Ballisters, saw that recently on Broadway, loved that. Caroline, thought that was a strong show. I missed Cold War Choir Practice. Oedipus, I thought was great. The Monsters, I missed that. It was about boxing. And Saturday Church, couldn't get a press ticket to that at New York Theater Workshop. Joe Turner's Come and Gone, saw that. To me, it's good, but a little uneven. Oratory for Living Things, this I need to see, and I think it's coming back because Heather Christian wrote this, and I've been in 2 shows with her, and I know she's an amazing composer. Her stuff, her music, and her voice, she sings, she's not performing in this, but when she performs, her voice is amazing. She's got such a distinctive style that I really need to go see this show. So I think it's coming back. Go check it out with me. Then we got Chess, okay. Prince F, not surprising. And then I didn't see The Reservoir. So I missed a few shows off Broadway, but you know, there's 200 shows, 250 shows in New York in a season. And so these people that sit on these committees like the Drama Desk, they have to see 250 shows. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how anyone does it. I don't even know how I did it. I saw 85 shows this season. I think only about 80 of those are eligible for nominations. Some of them just aren't eligible because they were like Beetlejuice because they were a return, or the Muppet Show, shows that were, I don't know, they didn't run long enough. Because I think a lot of these shows have a minimum, you have to have a minimum of 4 weeks maybe, or 21 performances. Anyhow, okay, so I hope that was interesting. It's interesting to me, but I'm a nerd. So I'll be back at you. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna roll around on the floor with all my playbills, and I'm gonna come up with my predictions for Tony nominations. And then when the Tony nominations come out in a couple days, we can compare and see if I know what I'm talking about. All right, thanks for watching. See you at the next one. Bye.